The Voodoo Woman. This live stream was nuts. Well, not the stream itself, but her cat, Lucky J. The red-haired tomcat had been restless the entire time, weaving himself between Helen and the glow of her phone screen, his ginger body blocking the camera as if he were shielding her from something unseen. At first, she laughed. Her subscribers thought it was cute that Lucky J was craving attention. But when the camera flickered and her chest felt heavy like she'd just finished a 12-hour shift without coffee, Helen realized this wasn't a joke. By the end, she was drained, hollow. Sure, she told herself, maybe it was the overtime at the hospital. Maybe 6 nights in a row had finally caught up to her. But emptiness, this kind of bone-deep void, wasn't from fatigue. It was like someone had siphoned her strength drop by drop. And if energy couldn't be created or destroyed, only changed, then where had hers gone? She remembered Alex's words when he'd tied the red thread around her wrist. A gift, a protection. Don't laugh, Helen. When you stream, you open a door. People's eyes are on you, but so are their shadows. She had laughed. Alex, I've done night shifts during a full moon. Believe me, nothing can touch me. Now, lying in bed with the blinds drawn tight, she wasn't laughing. Sleep wouldn't come. Whiskey didn't soften the edges. Her body buzzed with a restless hunger, as if the emptiness inside her wanted to swallow her whole. Only one thing helped: music. She reached for her old playlist, and Coco Taylor's voice rolled like thunder through the room. They call me the Voodoo Woman, and I know the reason why. The blues rhythm circled her like a spell, beating steady and low. With every verse, the weight lifted. Her pulse steadied. Her breath came easier. Helen closed her eyes, letting that southern fire stitch her soul back together. Strange, wasn't it? A Slavic girl, born half a world away, finding strength not in the old lullabies of her homeland, but in the gritty blues of the Mississippi. Who knew why? Maybe the land called to her. Maybe music crossed oceans the same way shadows did. But as Lucky J curled at her side and the red thread glowed faintly under the lamplight, she realized something undeniable. She wasn't imagining it. Something had drained her, and something else, ancient, rhythmic, defiant, was fighting to give her back her power. The southern land was giving her strength back, not through words, not through prayers, but through sound, through rhythm. Every note of the blues was more than music. It was a heartbeat that belonged to the earth itself, a steady pulse that connected fields, rivers, highways, and souls long gone. Helen had never believed in such things. She was a nurse, grounded in vitals and labs, not ghosts and whispers. Yet as Coco's voice growled low, the air in her apartment thickened with something alive. She swore she could almost smell damp soil after rain, magnolias blooming, and the iron tang of the Mississippi rolling slow under a ghost moon. Her body, once heavy as stone, now tingled with strange electricity. The emptiness inside her wasn't gone, but it was being filled, drop by drop, with something raw and burning. A strength older than her, older than the land she now stood upon. Lucky J's ears twitched, his golden eyes fixing on the dark corner by the bookshelf. He hissed, low, sharp, warning. Helen's breath caught. For a moment, the shadows seemed to ripple, like someone had been standing there all along, listening. But then the bass line swelled, the blues circling her like a protective chant, and the shadows thinned. The room belonged to her again. Helen reached for the red bracelet at her wrist, running her thumb over the braided thread. Was this what Alex meant? That online, she'd opened a door, and only something as primal as music and earth could keep it from staying open? She whispered to herself, her accent thickening in the silence. Southern land, don't let me go. Keep me here, keep me whole. And in the stillness, she thought, no, she felt, a whisper answer. Not in English, not in any language she knew, but it hummed through her bones the way a song does when you know it by heart. Helen sat upright in bed, the shadows still clinging at the edges of her room. Her chest rose and fell with the rhythm of Coco Taylor's voice still echoing in her mind. She reached for her notebook, the one she usually kept for patient shift notes, and instead, her hand began to scribble words without hesitation. Her whisper turned to a hum. The hum turned to a verse, and before she realized it, she was singing. Southern land, don't let me go, keep me here, keep me whole. Southern land, don't let me go, keep me here, keep me whole. These shadows try to take me, but you got my soul. The room shifted. The air grew warmer, thicker, as though the very ground beneath Alabama reached up through the floorboards to cradle her. Lucky J purred deep, his body vibrating in time with her voice. The shadows retreated, dissolving into corners where even memory couldn't follow. Helen's eyes closed, and she sang again, louder this time, as if every note carved a circle of protection around her. They call me tired, they call me weak, try to steal my fire when I speak. But I got a rhythm, steady and slow. Southern land, don't let me go. Her voice cracked, but it didn't matter. It was raw, it was real, it was blues. A new song had been born, not from a stage, not from a record, but from her own fight to stay whole. By the time dawn crept pale and pink across the blinds, Helen felt the emptiness lift. In its place was a fullness she hadn't known before, like she had tapped into a current that would never run dry. The live stream had drained her, but the blues had saved her, and somewhere in the world, a new song was waiting to be sung again.